Maximum parishioner participation, donor retention in other words, is one of our two main goals. Our pastors are the most important supporters of the appeal. Parishioners take their cue from Father's words and his nonverbal messages, such as these bulletin announcements and the posters. Page 25 has a sample homily that could be used the week before Appeal Week. Now, we're not suggesting that Father knows or needs to know what to say. We've included it as a possible time saver for him or for use by a visiting priest or by your deacon. My parish, St. Margaret's, is not a wealthy parish, but one year Father's homily so touched 3 people that they alone contributed 10% of our parish total. Just like sheep follow their shepherd, our donors very often follow their pastor's cues. Another vital piece of our strategy is the IMP You Program. Its objectives are to increase total dollars collected and to raise the number of new donors. The IMP You Program offers a message that will get our story out and build that donor-to-client connection. This year's DVD shares a few stories of hope that Sister Mary has encountered in her time as diocesan director, as well as her passion for Catholic Charities' transforming work. Father could introduce this DVD at the Masses. We've prepared the instructions and a bulletin insert for you. You could ask your confirmation students, the Scouts, or your youth ministry to distribute and collect pledge cards at the offertory. We hope you'll use this program because it works. Donations rose 4 to 8%, and the number of donors increased 2 to 4%. And it also serves to increase parish registration of your regular churchgoers who never registered with your parish. Of registered parishioners, only 1/3 contribute to the parish offertory, and only 1/3 contribute to Catholic Charities. So we're missing 2/3. Let's crank up that number of registered parishioners and increase the percentage of donors for both the parish offertory and for Catholic Charities. If you'd like to use the IMP You program, we've got a sign-up sheet at the information table. If you've got any questions later, Dave Sampson can help. The donor registration program on page 16 also maximizes parishioner participation. We have to replace the thousands of donors who have died or moved. We need to register new donors. So with Father's okay, set up a table at your church entrances for at least 2 weekends. Have the lector thank the donors who gave or plan to give, and explain that volunteers will pass out and accept the blank pledge cards for new donors. You could publicize this in the preceding week's bulletins. All you need to do is have a volunteer at a table before and after Mass for these 2 weekends, and as people approach, ask them if they're new to the appeal. If they are, ask them to complete a pledge card before they leave. Later, you can check these cards against the master donor list, and I'll cover those pledge returns shortly. But 2 quick points. First, never refuse cash. Or checks or charges. People generally give more with pledges, so encourage them. And second, this is a great place to involve parish youth. It's easy for them, and it may encourage them to be Catholic Charities volunteers for life. I started as a teenager helping my father go door to door. So if you want to run the donor registration, we have a sign-up sheet at the volunteer table there. So what do you think? Is this easy? Is it doable? Another strategy is to work with businesses through discounts and promotions, as we show on this slide. Now, we all know the parable of the lost sheep and how important it is to rescue the one lost sheep, even though 99 are safe. Obviously, the eternal, the spiritual message of that meaning goes far beyond my simple example of rounding up the strays. But still, if we are to shepherd our resources, to be good stewards, we need to protect and increase our donor base. And we do that by asking people to donate. Fortunately, you don't have to contact strangers. We know who gave last year, and we can see who has not given for the last few years. We've got a database called the Parish Non-Donor Report, and that information is updated continuously during the appeal. You can take a look at page 29, or you could look at the slide here. Both of these groups have donated before. And as you see, we've got names, phone numbers, dates, and amounts of their last gifts. The access instructions to get this information are the same as last year. The username and the password are included in the package you received today. We used to go door to door to ask our neighbors, our parishioners for money. That doesn't work anymore. Now we need to call people. It's easy to ignore a letter. It's harder to say no to a person. I get it when volunteers say they don't like asking people for money. I don't either. I never did. But I tell myself, Catholic Charities needs the money to transform the lives of nearly 138,000 people. It's our mission to help those in need, even though asking for money makes me uncomfortable. And finally, I say to myself, it's Lent. Offer it up.